So today I'm playing the deck list that I built my last stream. So 3 Path to Exile on the side, 3 Surgical, 3 Deflecting Palms, 3 Searing Blood, and 3 Hushbringers. I really think that this list is currently well positioned, even though the metagame is a little wonky. I don't know, let's see how it goes. I also want to have open, yes, I'm pretty salty about something. Save it. Okay, it's on. It's still not on Scryfall. I have to fetch the card later. Yeah, okay, so this is the list. Thinking, because I'm not backing any anti-life gain in the side, debating whether to side out, like remove a Searing Blaze for a Skullcrack, to perhaps make the deck a little bit smoother. Let's take it like this. Very sleep deprived. Hopefully it goes well. Okay, no monkey mana base this time. That's cool. Alright. Just that was fast. Just have my little matchup notebook here. Sam Castermage is a famous dude, right? Sounds pretty good. Today's the 8th. Right. Starting at the draw, but with a very good hand. Hopefully this is not Tron. No, it's actually a matchup that I've been meaning to test out. No removal for our elf. It's a bit annoying. Because I think that in this matchup, I don't want to be removing the Arbor Elf. I don't think it does enough, if that makes any sense. Well, that could be worrying, but maybe it's just yeah. It's a Skyclave apparition. Gideon of the Trials. Okay. It sucks that... Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want to let this put the emblem down. Like, Eidolon at this point is just bad. Okay, so let me think for a bit. This basically removes... Oh, I need to remove this, yeah. This feels so bad. Like, that card is so bad. Why are you running this? Like, literally any prowess deck can take care of that without any issue. Oh, it's Naya. He's gonna play a Blood Moon here. No, a Collected Company. Karn the Great Creator, okay. Let's see, fetching. Probably a Worm Coil. I'd bet on a Worm Coil here. Can I draw a Lava Spike? I'd be really happy. Yeah. Drawing lands in 2-drops isn't really the best right now. Okay, unless he has a Utopia Sprawl, like he might be trying to hide the info of having Utopia Sprawl. Am I killing the elf this turn? That looks so bad though. If I kill that elf, I have to race here. I think I just have to race. He can kill a land. Killing a land is not a great play from him. Oath is fine. I lost my damage sound for some reason. Sphere. That's cute. He's at 8, so he's gonna get Worm Coil down. I'm pretty confident about this. He has to block. If he doesn't block, he loses. If he blocks, he's dealing his Worm Coil. Naya Prison. You know, it's super fun. First matchup where I'm bold enough to say, no, you know what, I don't want anti-artifacts because I don't think artifacts are good right now. And I get paired against a Karn deck. At this point, I think it's just a curse. I have a friend that he decided to play a Karn list, or no. I have a friend that plays a Karn list, but oh, he didn't block. That's lethal, right? This Psycho didn't block. Yep. Alright. I definitely want Searing Blood. Okay, so I think Charm and Spike are the potential cuts. Do I want Palm? Do I want Path? Like, I have no clue what my opponent's playing. I have no clue what my opponent is playing. I think think I need to play the conservative role and just play it like this. Like nothing too crazy, just sounds almost good. Am I risking it? Yeah, I am. Land elf or bird? It's probably a bird. Arbor elf, okay. You have the removal, but on the draw it's a bit more awkward. Find a land, that's cool. Okay, so the plan is to overwhelm my opponent with Swiftspears, depending on what he plays here. Oh, I just noticed this is a blue source, so it's a 4-color prison deck. Okay. 4-color prison. Huh. Okay, so I need to delay his... Yeah, I didn't play a land, so I think this is pretty straightforward. As sad as it is not getting like double Swiftspear down or Eidolon. The Oath whiffed. Oh my god, I love this so much. My opponent's playing a 4-color ramp prison style deck, and game 2 is getting punished for still 2 mana. Noble Hierarch. It's a lot of ramp. Birds, that's really a lot of ramp. Can I please get a land here? No land. Double Revolt might be too late. But I think at this point I gotta do this. What's on 6 mana that I actually worry about? A lot of things, right? Karn would be annoying. Just straight up Wormcoil. Ooh. That's so spicy. Is he gonna -1 the Yugen? That doesn't matter. I'm at 20. Oh. Unless he finds something so good. I could find some life gain, but I can't play around that here. Doesn't matter. The only thing that could legitimately just beat me here would be a Trinisphere. This dude just boards in Trinisphere and hits it naturally. So he's F6. I'm gonna draw like a Lava Spike. Guess I should have plussed. I don't know. Oh yeah, if he did... Yep. Hey, how's it going? It was a pretty cool game 1. My opponent was on 4-color prison, if that's a thing. Interesting deck. It was 2-2, so sadly he didn't go even. But his deck was actually quite interesting. A different take on ramp. I always like to see different things from the other side. I really want to know if there are more spoilers coming. Still cold? Yeah, it's freezing here. It's so cold here. Let me just make sure I don't... this hand was... That's almost good. Almost good. Just a double win on... Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? I guess C is Celsius, so never mind the dumb question. Where do you live that's 41 degrees? Jesus. Oh my god, I kept this hand. Why did I keep this hand? Can I please draw a Goblin guide? No, that. No, it's fine, it's fine. It's Storm, and I have Eidolon. Yeah, no sleep. It's only game 2. I can't have my lack of sleep catching up to me already. And if it's Blue Moon, I'm effed because there's no way I can get the double... No, it's not Izzet Prowess. They don't play this garbage land. He says... No, they don't. By the way, this is not a garbage land. It's a pretty good budget land if you need it. It's Storm. Yeah, this is... It has to be Storm. Yeah, no way Moon plays this. I'm really clueless, so I kind of have to play into them, which I hate. Like, I can't not play Eidolon here. Any non-islands, yeah, remand. This might be Storm. I might be dead here. I might be dead here. Oh, sorry. So no land from them. That's good. Can I please find a bolt? Ah, decisions. No. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Yeah, no, but they can combo. They can combo. They can go Manamorphose into Gut Shot, into... Not Gut Shot, Grape Shot, and just win from that. I'm gonna fetch a Shockland here. Okay, can I a Bolt or a Searing Blaze? The deck is trolling me. The deck is trolling me so hard. I have to kill the dude. I'm actually not gonna yield this turn. So they think I have interaction. In case they draw a land. I don't know what hand they kept. Okay, now... Oh, that's true, that's true. Eidolon plus Boros Charm would be a better play. For sure. It would have definitely been better. Not cracking the fetch here, since it only fetches basics now, and I have Searing Blaze in my deck. Okay, but now I'm kind of in control. He still hasn't found his land. He kinda needs to either cantrip. He needs to do something. He could play bolts, by the way. Oh no, he's still digging. Searing Visions. And by the way, he's dead if he like taps out for something. He might even be. He needs to tap this for blue. Yep. I guess you should wait for Storm to trigger, because it now targets me. But it's irrelevant, as far as I know, because I'm just winning here. Yep. My sleep deprivation has paid off. That was a very fortunate accident on my part, keeping that hand. Okay, he goes down to 3. I might have a... yeah, okay. Was I on the player? I was on the draw because I drew the Rift Bolt. Never punished. Look. The deck's consistent, so it was only a matter of probabilities. I definitely want Path, and I honestly think I want Searing Blood too. What don't I want? I don't want Skullcrack. I think that's the only card I don't want. Do I want Searing Blood? It kills goblins, and it makes Baral blocks awkward, but like my opponent kept a wonky hand, but the way he understood that he had to have a counter up on turn 2 makes me think that he's a good Storm player, so Searing Blood is worse. I'm going in like this. Oh, this hand's keepable. No surgical. I don't think it's worth it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe surgical is better than like Lava Spike or Boros Charm. They don't really rely on a single card. I'm gonna keep this. It's a good hand. And since they don't rely on a single card, it's a bit harder to pull off a good surgical. Although the info is good. Makes their gift piles awkward. Yeah, it does. Yeah, maybe I'll bring it in on game 3. If we get there. By the way, chat's on one side, but my camera's on the other, so if I make eye contact with chat, don't mind me looking away from the camera. Land? Oh. Actually an argument to play Swiftspear there. But not really with my hand. Pieces of the puzzle. What did he do with that? Serum Visions, 1 on top, okay. So I'll assume he wants to cast this turn. Oh no. Ah, this is really awkward. This is really awkward. Because... Okay. Thinking time. If I play Swiftspear plus Riftbolt, my opponent can untap and win. If I play land attack to hold up Searing Blaze, my opponent can just make the game both. Okay, so he has pieces as one of his 4 mystery cards. 4 cards is really not a lot. I think that here I'd rather just risk it. Like, put the pressure. 4 cards is like basically 3 cards is really not a lot. And if he kept this on top, it's probably not because he wants to... It's probably because he wants to cast it. Okay, revealing Lightning Bolt, that's good. Ball's in his court. If he beats me here on basically 3 cards, I'll actually be impressed. No third land. Okay. Can I please draw a Lightning Bolt? Oh, can I please draw a Lightning Bolt? Oh, sweet Jesus. Sweet merciful Jesus. I want to force the mistake here. Not mistake, just yeah. He's thinking about it. It's always safer to do that pre-draw. I need double bolt for this to be a real threat. Ah. I chose a lot of restriction. He didn't try to kill me. Okay, so it's not lethal if I shoot another bull at him. So I'm just gonna attack. So I have lethal. Found a goblin. It always has to resolve. Because if I do this, he can't really win either way, but I don't know. This is safer. If anything, this is just safer. So I have the spells to kill him. Like, I don't know if he's sandbagging a land for this play. He was sandbagging Baral. See how problematic that could have been. And finish it up with a clean double bolt. Alright. So, no. Oh, that was... Those were some fast games, wow. Some really fast games. Okay, why aren't all the new oh, there it is. Why aren't all the new cards on Scryfall? Maybe it's just one person. Yeah, the Scryfall team's probably not that big. So I'm not gonna complain. The website is truly amazing. Oh, yet another test. I can't ship this away, right? Double creature and double lava spike. This is a... We're up against Uro. Probably Uro Omnath. So I really want a land. No. They say that magic's easy. You just need to draw what you want. By the way, I'm sorry if my hat makes sound when I'm moving on my microphone. It's really cold here. Should probably try not to move so much, but damn. To get the 510 sleep hero legend. It's not 0 sleep. It's 4 hours of sleep. Like 20 hours ago. Oh, this is good. Didn't make much sound. Oh, thanks. Okay, that's good to know. Baiting any counter spells, like a mana leak here, because I'd rather have a Swiftspear getting leak at this point. Maybe not with double lava spike. This is a mana leak, or an Aether Gust. Yeah, it's a mana leak. Sadly, I can't pay the 3. I'm assuming he's playing Uro next turn. Ooh, with the fairy. Could also be a problem. Not as much as Uro though. But I do need to draw the land. So ideal draw is land. Or he just upticks the fairy. I could work with that. Can you please uptick the fairy? Okay, so I think I'm killing the fairy actually. Well, I'm definitely killing the fairy here. Definitely killing the fairy. Just because it's annoying as a card. And this game might go a bit long. Path to Exile. That's good, that's good. It's obviously not good, by the way. I do need a land, but not that much. Uro here would be annoying. That's a cryptic. That's a cryptic command if I've ever seen one. So we just go straight into the attack. Okay, this does make me kind of nervous now. Do anything else? No. Okay, so the plan is simple. Leave mana up. This implies Skullcrack. And my opponent might just not play into it. He has Cryptic. He 100% has Cryptic. So he needs to counter draw to get the path. Yep. Ooh, he counter bounced? He counter bounced that? What a madman. So he definitely has force. That's my takeaway. Definitely has force. He might have path. Or bolt. Either way, the double lava spike should do it. Unless he has bolt and force. That's force, okay. Still have him. Still have him. Okay, yeah. We were drawing, well, we were actually drawing pretty well, because we can go Swiftspear attack. Or just attack. Holding double spell. In case he tries to like steal one. And this herder, burn is bad in Uro Omnath, says Reddit. Well, that's 4 color, right? Sadly, the paths do need to come in. Okay, and this dude plays the fairy, so Riftbolt goes out. Out the door. I really don't want Searing Blood. I need to side in. No. It says burn is bad pretty much the entire time. Yeah, that's also true. Like for the entirety of 2020, burn has been bad. I don't like this hand. I don't like this hand. Was I on the play or on the draw? I was on the draw because I kept a 1-lander. 4 color Uro in game 1. I want to mull this because this hand's very weak to turn 1 removal from them. But I'm gonna keep. It's the Knight of Keepings. And when all this gear doesn't help, I need to turn on the little heater. Is that loud? God, that sounds so, yeah, I can't have that on. It sounds so loud over here. Oh, tapped land? It's not how we do things here. First of all, we draw lands exactly when we need them. Second of all, we shock ourselves. We don't need no life. Does my opponent play timely reinforcements? I bet he does. I bet he plays like 1 timely in the side. Oh. Is that even legit right now? Yeah, because they have Mystic Sanctuary, so like... That's Mana Leak. That's Mana Leak mana. Playing the land because I want to threaten Eidolon. Which I don't have, but they don't know that. Big Teferi is not a problem. Come on, I showed you I have a play. Don't try to do anything here. Exactly. I just pass, symbolizing Skullcrack. So he shouldn't try to Uro. Please don't Growth Spiral. Ooh, Celestial Purge. Sure. Yeah, see, the land thing, like me playing the land before combat, was just a bluff. But it works, because he can't risk not killing the Eidolon. Oh. Wait. Didn't I take Helix? Oh no. I thought I took Helix out, but I took out Riftbolt. I'm Helixing here. Because I suspect he has a mana leak. It's at 15, so don't think it matters much. A bit heavy on the lands, but it's fine. I just need one more spell. In theory, of course. Or for my opponent, can you please tap out and play Jace? They even play Jace. I got baited. God damn it. He's gonna play Uro now. I got baited. I should have just let it go. I have white here. No Uro? Can I please draw an instant? So I definitely have to play Eidolon here. Just thinking about the land sequencing. Yeah, that happens. Now the problem is if they play Omnath land, specifically Omnath fetch land. If they play Omnath fetch land, I'm screwed. Oh, this is such a headache. Such a headache. That's a bit better. It's a bit better. Okay. Now the play, if you aren't familiar with the control matchup, is you hoard spells like you just don't care. And if your opponent ever tries to make something that resembles a play, like playing this Teferi here, you just punish them. think they have the Uro. So I need 2 Boros Charm to resolve. This kind of forces the counter. A hardcast Force of Negation. Wow. He should downtick it. If he downticks, it means he's digging. If he upticks, it means he has force. Ooh. Force exiling Uro. Oh, god damn it. It's the one spell I don't want. Yeah, now I'm up against the wall. Now I'm up against the wall. They're gonna play that Teferi, it's gonna draw them a card. They'll be up to 3 cards, not that bad. Okay, so no Omnath. It's cute. Ooh, that's risky. Putting Force of Negation on top. Yeah. He drew the Force, okay. He still has this, right? Did he shuffle? God damn it. I need to know if he shuffled it away. Cast Goblin Guide. Oh, I think he shuffled it away, right? Temple Garden, I attack with Goblin Guide, reveals Field of the Dead, he plays Flooded Strand. Attack with Goblin Guide, reveals Teferi, he activates Flooded Strand, so this isn't in his hand. It's actually relevant. Oh. I kinda have to play this. Because it's a tapped land, but it's a white source. Oh, this is so close. Yeah, hitting my 5th land is definitely a little bit of a problem. Sure, whatever, dude. And on oh, I guess that's doesn't matter. I have a fetch here. I'm just thinking that my opponent's playing this so poorly. He has 3 blue mana, so he can't like if I like triple bolt here, he just loses. God damn it! So we might be destined to lose this one. It's actually my 8th land. This just says Desperation. He wants to find Uro to stabilize. The annoying thing is that I don't think I can even like wait, because he has I know he has a Force. Oh, but he can't crack any more Mystic Sanctuaries. That's good. think your only out might be Eidolon. No. This is an out, right? How many basics do they play? Can they, like, only play 4? Could that be a thing? There's no way they only play 4. Yeah, Path creates zombies. That's the problem. As I was thinking, there's no way they only play like 4 basics. My sources say they play 1 forest, which is on the battlefield, 1 island, which is on the battlefield, 1 plains, which is on the battlefield, and then snow-covered plains. It is. Yeah, they play a lot of basics. They have at least. Yeah. That sounds very correct. So I guess I'll hold on to it. He might make a mistake. Wait, am I just dead here? I am. I have to play this. I have to play this. It's like a blocker. Oh yeah, I can't even path on my opponent's turn because of Teferi. Okay, so take note, guys. Drawing 8 lands that's cool. Drawing 8 lands is not good. What sucks is that I need path to take care of the dude Omnath. So I can't really, I lost with a bunch of paths in hand, but I would have lost much faster with a bunch of Uros on the other side. So hopefully, game 3 didn't have such a flooding issue. Trying to think if there's anything I could have done better in that one. Maybe I scuffed the Eidolon play, maybe I should have started waiting with the Eidolon. Because then the path is not good. I don't know. I also had Hour of Promise, which you could just use to make a bajillion zombies there. Yeah, I think that one was lost as soon as I found my 8th land. It happens. It happens. Mind you, I kept a terrible hand against Storm, completely on the blind. It just paid off tremendously. God, I'm still salty about Frostbite. Could you please hit face? This is such good design. If this goes face, it's a shock. But if you have enough snow permanence, it's a bolt. So it's basically only a bolt later in the game. I gotta keep this. Triple creature? I gotta keep this. Watch me never draw a land for the rest of the game. I can hold 1 turn without a land, not 2. I have to lead with Goblin Guide, even though they play 30 lands. Just too much damage to not accept. Yeah, the Fine Field. That's the least of my problems. Because field entering tapped means this isn't really a land right now. That's a land. So that's a lightning bolt. Or a very painful path land. Can I draw a land? No, okay. Ah, but now the path will be a problem for my opponent. No land, land, okay. I'm assuming he cracks that, bolts the Goblin Guide. Hey Connor, how's it going, dude? How's Hammer Time been treating you? Yeah, I noticed. I can't really blame you. Like, Hammer Time has that rush feel where you just go super ham. So this is a mana leak, or that could be so many things, Jesus. They play Helix. The hell is Wing Shards? Wow, Wing Shards is a pretty cute spell. I'll pull it up in a minute. Sorry, amazing, not gonna lie. 7-2 in the mana traders, just missing top 8 and like... Yeah, Hammer Times... Okay, so I have a question for you since you played the deck. Is it the new Affinity or the new Infect? These people don't play like Snapcaster, right? Thank you very much for the follow, Jeskai. Both they had a baby. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, mana leak. Okay. That's fine. It's not fine, but it's acceptable. Because now if they play Uro, I think I just win. If they don't have Force, please don't have double mana leak. Wait, what did he mana? Oh, he mana leaked. He discarded mana leak to hand size. Okay. This Goblin Guide's going ham. This Goblin Guide is just going ham. And I missed this and I sort of don't. Well, Hammer has been too fun. Yeah, again, I don't blame you. Definitely takes a special kind of degenerate to keep up with this in an Uro meta, and in a Heliod meta, and in a... What's this? What's this? Opponent. What secrets are you hiding from me? Okay, this is a very critical turn. What could they have? Double removal? No. Jesus, this is not the correct deck list. Can I please open a good deck list that doesn't have fucking Yorion? This one should be better. Aether Gust is on the table. Purge. Bolt and Path. Leak. Okay, so what's the move? What is the move? The move is autism. Just go face. It's a trap. It's definitely a trap. Ooh, you let that one through? I'm going ham. Oh my god, what does he have? I'm so scared right now. What does he have? No, we would have conceded. Definitely has something. Bath? And Gust, okay. Okay. By the way, opponent, it's not the order you do it in. Do it the other way around, because then I can't fetch for my mana. So I can beat Uro. Oh, I can't beat. What can I beat? Yeah, I definitely punted. With this, I just attack. Now the big question. Do I play into Force? I knew about that leak, probably. Do I play into Force? Because that is Uro plus something mana. But I know he has Field, and I know he has Mystic. So if he has Uro, he needs to exile it to Force. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a trap. Is it just Akbar? No. Come on, if you send it's a trap.png, it needs to be Akbar. Okay, that felt good. Yeah, we played 3 games and I didn't see Uro, so I'm happy. Ooh, that's that. Yeah, exactly. It's a trap. Yeah, but I don't think I could have. Could I have played that differently? Just attack. Yeah, trio. It's to make up for last stream. My last stream was a disaster. Like any disaster stream, I played against ad nauseum. I managed to drop a match against Mono Red Burn featuring Hazaret. Amio, Mera 2 Helix and Swift plays around Xaxis Spell Snare. Ooh, Spell Snare. That's a card I don't respect at all. And it's for the dumbest reason too. I think Spell Snare is a garbage card. But my blue friends, my blue player friends, love it. And they tell me it's good. And I kind of trust them more than myself. But... And I've actually lost against Spell Snare so many times. Yeah, they run like one. Shocking into Arbor Elf. Hierarch. What's this? Is this human? No. Am I bolting the bird? This hand's so stacked. I don't need to bolt that bird. Or do I? I want to bolt the bird. If I bolt that bird, they might play like... Yeah, they might play a good 2-drop. I don't know what deck it is. Here's my reasoning. I don't know what deck it is. It's probably Jank. And Jank... I think I prefer Racing Game 1. I have solutions to most 3-drops. Oh no. Oh no. Remember when I said, I'm not gonna bolt that bird? This is what happens when you don't bolt the bird. The bird bolts you. I'm just gonna let him do his thing. This combo easily fizzles out. Yeah, famous last either way would be fine. Still, I'm gonna let him do his thing. This isn't a deterministic kill. Even if he swings for like 10, just untap, kill it, keep going. Glittering Wish. Now this might be a deterministic kill. Renin 6? This dude actually fetched Renin 6. What? I need to read cards because I feel like my opponent's gonna do something obscenely broken. No, wait, he discarded Renin. He discarded Renin 6. Why is he discarding cards? Oh, does this loot? Okay. It's Jeskai Storm. It's like Storm, but without being deterministic. Basically, they can't win. They can. He's up 1 mana. Yeah, it's unlikely, hence why I'm letting him do it, but they can. And still get there. Their entire deck cantrips, and they have a Noble Hierarch. Oh! Oh! Whatever, buddy. No, the win con is this pumping this or this, and it attacks for a billion. Yeah, bolt everything. You bet I will. Build your own board wipe. Only cost you 2 cards. Okay. But now I have fetch for Searing Blaze. I can even Lava Spike them. I'm happy with what I've got. Though, with that land, they have a lot of mana. Wait, this doesn't ramp, right? Yeah, this only fix. Jesus, could you imagine if this ramped? Oh, okay, see you, man. Glad you could stop by. Always fun to have you around interacting. Good luck with your future Hammer Time ordeals. Okay. Oh. I thought Ascendancy only pumped. Okay, so Ascendancy is actually... it has text. You may draw a card if you do discard a card. Okay, so they gotta find a creature. They gotta play it. They gotta hope it doesn't die. Which we know it will. Ah, there it is, the bird. And you know what we do to birds on this stream, apparently. Oh, sweet, sweet Eidolon. What do I do now? Nah, they do cantrip a lot. I think I do have to kill that. And he's gonna draw Repeal. Yeah, that was a correct move. Now maybe, who knows, he repeals Eidolon. Sorry, he repeals Goblin Guide, because Goblin Guide. Then I might be able to clap him. Okay, anyone that's on stream, if you can hear my heater go off, please tell me. It's way too cold to live an honest scarf and beanie only life. He shocked himself? The madman. Oh, I'm gonna lose. The dude shocked himself. So he's basically... Does he have haste on this pile? This is the type of deck that I'd like to have a deck list, but I don't. Mostly because I'm lazy to Google it. Jeskai Ascendancy Storm. Can I find like a recent deck list? 2017. 2015. Oh god, no. I have... He played Flooded Strand, right? He discarded this. He still has Repeal. Okay. So he still has Repeal. Ming. He be looking for something. He be looking for something. Breach is actually a pretty darn good card to run here. I always feel a bit bad when I play against these decks because they are genuinely fun and genuinely competitive. Because this type of, like with carry at it, it's... Oh, it has Defender. Ooh, what's this? Worship? Oh man. My dude's bouncing. Ooh. Now that could be a problem. Yeah, this could be a problem. This could be a problem. I'm at 17. So... Forgot about Fate Stitcher. If I remembered Fate Stitcher, I wouldn't have attacked. Because I have Eidolon and I have Helix to close out the game. I might lose now. Though he only really has like 1 mana. This might be deterministic now. He can play like... Alright, see ya buddy. Thanks for hanging out. And for supporting what was a trio run. Good luck. Are you seeing this? This is not gonna be a 5-0. Gonna lose to Storm. This Repeal's no longer in his hand. But thank you, either way. Alright. Come on, opponent. Come on. Maybe I can try and find a list, but this deck is so unpopular that it's really hard to find a list. As I was saying, I wasn't trying to be cocky earlier. I do feel bad when I play against lists like this because me being a consistent deck means I sometimes just win off of that. So... ooh... Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. Yowza. So he needs a 9/9, which he can deterministically get, I think, because of Bobble. Yeah, and Worship plus Caryatid is just... I don't think I can beat that. Hey Manish, thank you very much for the sub. That scared the shit out of me because it's loud as heck. 4 months, can't wait to be crushed in paper by our paper team event together, whichever comes first. Are you updated with our COVID numbers? Yes. I think I have bad news for you. But thank you very much, dude. You've always been an inspiration for me. You and your Titans. Always crushing me whenever we play. I think that's accurate. Am I just gonna lose? Yeah, okay. You've had your fun, buddy. You've had your fun. It's basically me conceding for content. Oh. You know I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it. You know I'm gonna do it. I might play some form of life gain, but I don't think I can afford to be cute with Skullcrack or with Boros Charm or with Lava Spike, and I'm just gonna top it off with Surgical. Looks good. Looks very good. That's why I said that. With trio, yeah, with trio, but down a game against Jeskai Storm. Might have been my fault. No. Let me reiterate. It was definitely my fault because they play Fate Stitcher, which I knew about. Well, even then, they play like removal, right? So... is there anything I could have done there? Yeah, I could have bolted the first bird, which I didn't, because I got cocky. I thought, this dude playing a Stomping Ground into Hierarch, and you reveal Gigantha? No, this is jank, I'm gonna beat him. And then he went off turn 2 rather, but didn't beat me. But I have to assume it's... ah, we have a list. You are my savior. I was just saying, getting a list for these types of deck is very, very hard, but if you have a name, I have a list. Oh. Manish, you beautiful man. Thank you very much. Alright, so we have a list. Plays Gigantha. No Gigantha on this list, but I have to assume it's similar. without Stormwing Entity. No creatures, but double Searing Blaze. Yeah, this deck's I keep saying this deck's really fun. Let me open that. Might be the same that I opened. Oh no, this one's actually correct. Probably. We play Silence? Jesus. Truly a work of art. Can't lie. Can't lie. Oops, it's my turn. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. This might be a risky move, but this is a hard deck to beat. I'm gonna Bolt Face to make them play a bird here, instead of holding on to it. Ah, goddammit. Maybe draw a fetch, please. That's good, that's good. Am I going land Searing Blaze? No. No, sorry, land Skewer? No, I need to save that land. Okay, no. I've warmed up a little bit. Am I gonna get hit with the Silence? It's starting to hand side. Jesus, what's happening? Oh, Searing Blood's so good. Searing Blood's actually so good for me. And even uncharged Searing Blaze is good. All their dudes die the first. Is he gonna path me? Oh. Repeal. No bueno. Okay. Having Searing Blood means I can be cheeky about it. Or my opponent just wrecks me. Wow. Got absolutely wrecked there. Oh. Is this the savior? Watch him have removal, like straight away. Watch him tap this for Lightning Bolt. Or Path. Or Worship? Oh. No. I cannot beat this. I literally cannot beat this. Right? All my things deal damage. All my things deal damage. Okay. Right? I don't have cards that don't deal damage. No, Palm deals damage. You come here. Palm deals damage. Divert Palm to the thing. Which thing? The thing that they attack me with? It's still Palm doing it. I don't think I can win. Oh, no. It's me. Yeah. Palm. I know what you're saying. I could use Palm to get around X-Proof, but Palm diverts damage from me to that source's controller. So Palm only hits face. It can choose any card. It can only hit face. So I don't think I can actually beat that. So my opponent can just wait, and attack with a gigantic dude. And yeah, I have to concede here. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah, there's no real way to get around it. And look, I kept a good hand. Double Searing Blaze with Goblin Guide is a good hand there, but it's not a fast hand. It's not a fast hand. But playing against Storm, you need a reactive hand, you don't need a fast hand, and my opponent had the lock, which I cannot break at this point. This hand's almost good. We're up against Shadow. I can't keep 5 lands. This hand's not great against Thoughtseize, but... Oh, it's Infect, okay. Or Hammer? Oh, it's Hammer time! It's Hammer time. Could you imagine if Mox Opal were legal? Could you imagine my opponent just absolutely destroying me there with Opal? Oh, that's good. That's a good draw. Am I attacking? Am I attacking? I am attacking, right? I have to admit, I don't have any experience against Hammer Time. Let me look at deck lists like a regular human being and make my decision afterwards. Or rather, regret my decision afterwards. Discard this aid, so they can now equip the big hammer. Here's the problem. Here is the problem. If they have the hammer, they put it down, they attack, they don't even need the land because they can oh no, they do need the land. I have to assume they have the land. Land hammer wins them the game because they animate this, they play the hammer, they attack. Oh no, they can't. They can't beat a blocker here. Is my right? Am I thinking correctly? Respect the early kill potential? Yeah. But I don't think they can beat a blocker here. Unless they have a... They need a very specific hand to kill me. I can't respect a hand that specific. I need to push damage here. I need to push damage with his next play, which might be like a regular dude. Has the land, it animates. Oh! Guys, I'm not good at magic. You can just do it now. I thought he had I thought, for some reason, I thought he had to equip it first. That was a really dumb mistake. That was a really dumb mistake. My chat's telling me to respect the kill, and I'm like, no, I got this. I couldn't have done anything either way, but... Okay, Palm, you come in. Blood, you come in. Path, you come in. Now, Skullcrack goes out. Charm goes out. And a number of lava spikes. We're ready to roll. Who wants to see a strong trio turn into a sad 3-2? Oh, we have it. But our hand's crappy. If I draw a land, I'll be... Yeah, that's my plan. Playing with Path up until I can palm their big turn. And then just finish it up with Skewer. Land, Cigar Zade, Springleaf Drum. Ornithopter. I'm not gonna kill the Thopter. I have Palm. I want him to come at me. I even have Path in case I don't draw land. Ah, but now do I play that? No. He can kill me, right? Can he kill me? He can kill me. Can he kill me? I'm gonna make the same mistake twice. Can he kill me here? Is my opponent cheeky enough to not play a second Ornithopter? Wait, why would I ever play Swiftspear there? It just blocks. Chat, you need to tell me when I'm saying dumb shit like that. Oh. The cheeky bastard had another one. Oh, yes, hexproof. Am I pathing that here? I think I'm pathing here. Because, yeah, I don't think I can try and find the land. This also gives him a strong kill potential, so it's fine. Please find me a land. Okay, now I just palm. The inevitable 2020. How's the league going? We lost against Jeskai Storm, Jeskai Ascendancy Storm. But we're about to maybe lose against Hammer Time. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna palm this for 10. But I need to draw a land to triple bolt him. Or do I? Wait a minute. It's gonna hit me for 12. Because this is not lethal. This is not lethal. And since this is not lethal, yeah, that's mostly relevant. Probably not. But since this is not lethal, I can tank it. Because if I don't draw a land in my very land-thin deck, I lose. But if my opponent... Because if I palm this and I don't find land, he wins with Inkmoth Nexus. So if I tank this... Okay, let me do some math real quick. I'm at 17, I take 12, I go down to 5. I probably need to tap this land twice. Probably need to tap this land twice. Meaning I'm actually at 3, meaning that pure still gonna hit me once. I'm gonna take it. I would have gotten it, but I don't think I ever play to find that land. Can make this a tie. Shadow Spear is fine. Shadow Spear is... Stoneforge is fine. What's my opponent doing? Okay, no. This is gonna require a lot. My opponent needs to make a mistake. Which he's not gonna do because he's gonna keep Shadow Spear to Ornithopter. Oh wait, what? What? Oh, he thinks I have path. No blockers. Very calmly. Need to choose the Thopter. It takes 10. And now I draw a Lightning Bolt. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Now I'm on the draw. He knows about Deflecting Palm, so he won't make the same dumb mistakes. Gonna be honest, I hated the creatures in this matchup. Like, straight up, they're terrible. I think I need Skullcrack, because those life gain... If one of those big swings also had life gain, that first one, I would be in a much darker place. I think I'm cutting Eidolon. So I think that this cut is fine. Actually, I want Boros Charm in instead of Lava Spike, because Lava Spike being a sorcery is way too awkward. Although I'm very heavy. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. The reason I'm cutting creatures is because they're too awkward. They're way too Guys, we have it. You know what sucks? I have to play with Path Up, and that's gonna be hard. It would help if my opponent didn't have a nutty start every game. Like, look at this. Look at this madness. Look at this madness. Look at this madness. I can't even suspend a Rift Bolt. Or can I? Famous last words, but I think I can survive one hit. Yeah, I have to. I'm not winning this game if I'm playing Path here. Go, opponent. You have the board. Like, if this is his turn 1, and if his turn 2 is like double hammer, sure. Okay. Is it hammer or is it life gain? It's hammer. Does he have the land? No land, okay. A big decision moment for me. Big decision moment for me. I can kinda kill his ward, but not really. That's exactly what I didn't need. I needed to draw land here. I think my keep was fine. Like, the matchup is not good, so a risky keep is fine. But of course, risky means that sometimes it doesn't work out. Does he have the boots as well? He has the boots. Still haven't lost. Things are dire. Things are dire. I need land and a second palm. Land and a second palm actually win me the game here. That's a land. Or another land. Ooh, I actually have some lines that win me the game here. He just needs to not find, like, any more broken cards. It's like another dude. He's gonna wait. I guess he keeps it here, right? Oh no, opponent, that's such a punt. That's such a huge punt. You attack with this one, and if I do palm your dude, you equip Shadow Spear here for the lifelink, and then I'm still gonna lose, by the way, because I'm not gonna find a land here. I need to find an untapped. Well, all my lands are untapped at this point. Land or Deflecting Palm. Land or Deflecting Palm. Right command deck. Land or Deflecting Palm. Or Lava Spike, or Lightning. I actually have a lot of draws. I actually had a lot of draws to get there. So, no chances. I could try and Searing Blood one of the dudes to be cheeky, but if he has like 2 equipment. By the way, my opponent lost the game. I didn't win. I won the game because I properly thought it out. And like game 1, I completely threw it out the window. But my opponent lost the game like game 2, sure, game 2 he doesn't know about Palm, and yeah, my opponent punted game 2 and 3 for sure. Like game 2, it's understandable, he doesn't know about Palm, so you know he can just like he's just doing what he knows best. Game 3 he knows about Palm. So that Shadow Spear, Swiftspear, that Shadow Spear should have attached to Memnite or whatever that got. Memnite. What the? How do you even spell that? Memnite? Memnite? Memnite. I'm gonna call it Memnite. He should have attached to it. Attack. He's now at 8, and I only have one play. I have a lot less plays that win me the game, and the one that I actually had, Boros Charm into Skewer, doesn't win me the game. My opponent punted. But it was definitely not an easy game to win. Maybe a new player to hammer. I mean, not necessarily. He was managing his... He was fetching things somewhat fast, like he knew what he was doing. It's just that Palm is so awkward to play around, and they're just not used to it. Like me as a Baron player that knows that Palm exists for a while now, I always, like when I have the info, so I can do math well. My opponent doesn't know about it game 2, but game 3 he should have equipped it to another dude. He should have equipped it to another dude. Well, got the 4-1, sadly not a 5-0. This season is really weak in 5-0, like 2, and it was with Obosh. Because first league I played with Obosh, I got a trophy. Beginner's luck. I have no doubt about that. I'm not a great Obosh pilot. And then I got another random one down the line. But yeah, I'm a heart. I just prefer this deck so much. The one matchup that I wanna talk about most is Hammer Time. I think that Palm is a beating. I wasn't too surprised with Searing Blood, but I kinda didn't play against decks where Searing Blood is supposed to shine. Like Jeskai Storm, I lost to Carry Added. I don't know. The card I'm most unsure about is Searing Blood and Hushbringer. I have Smash the Smithereens to slot in. I have Roiling Vortex, which I think it's not great right now. I have like 4th copies of random spells that I'm not playing a full set of in the main. So, I don't know. I'll have to look at things. I do think that Hushbringer brings a lot to the table, even though this league it wasn't necessarily useful. I'm not really high on Searing Blood. Even this last game where I'm supposed to want it, I would never actually cast it. Way too big of a blowout, if it does blow out. Either way, thank you very much for watching this weirdly successful stream, even though I'm super sleepy. I'm about to fall asleep on my desk. But see you next time.